So my name's E. Christopher Clark. I made a video every day I was 40, which ended about a month ago, and now I'm 41. And I swore to myself that was a pain in the rear and I'm never doing it again. But it's the first day of November, and the No Small Creator community over on Facebook and here on YouTube, they have a challenge for a thing called No Small November, and you're supposed to, I think that the deal is post 3 times a week, so that's I think all I'm gonna promise, but maybe I'll try for all 30 days. So the project that I'm doing, I don't know if that guy honked at me because I look like an idiot holding my phone up like this, but the project that I'm doing this month is I am putting out my next collection of fiction. It's a novella length thing called The 7 Wives of Silver, and one of the other things I do on the regular is I post something to my Patreon once a month on the last Tuesday of every month, because Tuesday is the day that books come out. I post something over on my Patreon, and I did that this week, and I'm back on the whatever the last Tuesday of October was. I think it was the 30th, and I subsequently got a message from Patreon saying that my channel had now been flagged as adults only. Oh God. I'm pretty sure that I quickly figured out what the problem was. The problem was that the story in question dealt with, I hope you're ready for this, dealt with incest. Consensual adult incest between a brother and a sister, in the same way that Game of Thrones deals with it, that Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides deals with it. But just the very mention of that word was enough to get my account flagged as adults only. Certainly not saying that Patreon made the wrong call. They didn't at all. That topic, along with lots of other topics, is a topic that should generally only be read by adults. Game of Thrones, the series, is certainly on HBO, is certainly a thing that should only be viewed by adults. And the books by George R.R. Martin, the Song of Ice and Fire series, on which Game of Thrones is based, probably should only be read by adults. But Eugenides' Middlesex is an example of a book that tackles the subject but could probably be read by young adults, right? And all of this is just to go to say that being flagged as adults only, going to my Patreon page right now, which is patreon.com/ECCbooks, you have to click a button that says that you're 18 plus, and I just think that's going to be off-putting. And when you're an independent writer, as I am, anything that is off-putting is bad. Bad, bad, bad. So, the question is, should my novel, The 7 Wives of Silver, be only read by adults? Yeah, probably. Yes, probably. But there are adults who I think might read it, who when they see adults only on the Patreon page, I don't know. And it's not like I'm trying to be salacious. I'm writing about things that are uncomfortable, but I'm doing what I always do, which is writing about things to understand them. That's what I've done all my life. I grew up in a somewhat narrow-minded household. I grew up in a somewhat narrow-minded community. And then I went off to college and had my mind blown and my world expanded. And in the years since, tried to expand my mind with what I read, with what I consume, with what I produce. Sometimes that means for uncomfortable things, but I hope it doesn't stop people from reading. That's kind of where I'm at today. So that's all for now. I'm E. Christopher Clark. If you enjoyed this, keep tuned. Stay tuned. Hit the subscribe button and all that junk that you know what to do on the YouTubes. And if you really dig, you're picking up what I'm putting down. ECC Books, wherever your socials are done. And ClarkWoods.com. And Amazon. Go search for E. Christopher Clark on my books.